Welcome back, my infinite love listeners. This morning I woke up earlier than usual. As I rolled over, realizing it was only 4 a.m., I smiled and said, "There's a greater purpose for this." This movement allowed me to feel positive about my morning and day. I am grateful for my day already. How does one get to a place such as this? I'd say it's simple. Just be positive. But that's coming from a more healed version of me. It's simple, yet so complex. Just as the healing journey is. It's brutal, yet so abundant. It's your darkest hours overshadowed by your brightest triumphs. It's finding peace where the chaos once resided within your mind. It's being still when your soul wants to move. It's trusting when you fear the loss of control. It's allowing the sun to shine through when all you see are clouds looming over you. Basically, it's perspective. And when your perspective changes, your mindset shifts. And everything that you once held on to, that you once feared, that once caused so much anxiety within you, you simply don't allow it to anymore. You look at life differently because you feel differently within. And again, is it that simple? No. But I'm living proof that by doing the work within has allowed me to change and transform my life all around me. It's allowed me to sit within the darkest moments that don't feel so dark anymore, or they don't last as long, because I'll allow myself to sit with it and just simply say, this too shall pass when it's time to. But for now, just sit with it. Just allow yourself to feel it. And then it's gone. It's just that simple. But yet, it's not. It's because I did the work and am still doing the work. It's because I chose to put me first. It's because I chose to take care of myself through self-love and self-care. Now, how does one get to that point in their life? Well, as I've shared for almost a year of my journey of going back, taking lots of steps backwards in order to move forward. And I don't mean I leaped giant steps forward. I learned real quick and real fast that that's not the answer either, because then I'm missing steps. Then I'm missing the moments to which are so abundant for me. And I don't mean that life is handing me millions of dollars or everything is perfect. It's not what I desire, because my mindset is different. What I desire now is so different than what I desired then, because now I see my worth, and I'm worthy of so much more. So, what I go after, what I put all my energy into, is far different than what I ever did before in my past. So you see, everything changes all around when you begin within yourself. You're going to have your good days, you're going to have your bad days, and that's okay as long as you accept them with grace, with honesty, with compassion, with faith that this too shall pass. Because I'm going to learn something greater from these darker moments. Because I'm going to embrace my darkest and transform those moments into beautiful light. That's the power of healing, is realizing that I'm no longer the victim, rather utilizing my darkest and transforming it and transmuting it into my lightest, into my greatest strengths, my greatest powers, my greatest attributes of who I am. I am beautiful. I am worthy. I am love. I am dark. I am light. I am all these things because I truly believe in them now, because I believe in myself, because I don't take for granted what life presents to me, for me. Instead, I listen. I embrace. I learn. I let go. I heal. I grow. And when times get real tough, as they were in the beginning, this was an endless battle between mind, ego, the pain and trauma, and letting it go when it was time to. Forgiving myself for all the times I held on to something so tightly. Not allowing myself room to let new in. New beginnings, new changes, new lessons. Forgiving myself because I was so comfortable in the uncomfortable and feared anything else. I no longer fear change, as change is supposed to transpire. And without change, then life would just be. And I don't want it to just be. I want my life to be everything I desire it to be. I want it to reflect everything I have grown into becoming, to help and to share my healing journey with all of you. And what you choose to do with that is yours. And that's okay. I'm not here to force my words upon you. If you're listening and you find just one simple word, one moment that resonates and helps you and guides you and you utilize it on your journey, then that's amazing. I did what I was supposed to do. I shared what I was supposed to share in the moment. Divine timing. And that's what I mean by not rushing and skipping steps. Because in the past, I was doing some of that. I was so eager to keep learning and growing. However, I was also skipping the moments where I needed to sit in those dark moments when they abruptly would show up and feel everything, when I was so tired of feeling, so tired of breaking down, so tired of having all these emotions run rampant through me that I would skip over it. And it wasn't that I was trying to do it deliberately, yet I was avoiding it. I wanted to just pass it up like, poof, it's gone. No, that's not how you handle it. The past version of me would. But running from all that for so long, I quickly knew what I was doing, and there lies accountability. I acknowledged those things about me that I still needed to work on. And then I acknowledged the fact that healing isn't linear. Healing never goes away. But you get to a place where those feelings that once resided within you, that made you tremble in fear, they no longer do that. And when you reach those moments, those milestones, and you're embraced in those moments because you're just sitting and enjoying and reflecting, it's the most rewarding abundance you could receive. You're acknowledging and you're seeing and you're feeling everything so differently because you're present. You're present within your own self. You're present within your own environment. And you're surrounded by greatness rather than the darkness. I just chose not to let the darkness win. I chose not to exclude the darkness either. I chose to sit within the darkness and reflect and ask myself questions. Where does this come from? When was the first time I ever felt this way? What triggers me to feel this way? Who triggers me to feel this way? Why am I still hanging on to them or to those things or those moments? I forgive you, Kate, for holding on. So let go. And I did. And then forgiveness swept through me. I was able to forgive the doctor that I once held so much anger and resentment for silently. I understood my parents, my childhood, my upbringing, and realized it was their journey being projected upon me. It was their unhealing versions that I learned, that were conditioned and instilled within me, and I forgave. Because it was no longer mine. It was never mine. I just was too young to understand that. So I let it all go. And that's what this healing journey is all about. It's taking those moments for yourself, pouring all that love right back into you. I was a girl that could never stare into the mirror because I hated the reflection. And it wasn't just all about the scars that reflected back to me. It was my ego I couldn't stare back at. It was my attitude. It was my running. It was my avoiding. It was my attachments. It was my lies and deception. It was all the things I cringed when they were taking place because I felt like I had no control, yet I could control something. And then I just sat and looked at her. And the biggest pain was detaching from the one person whom I truly loved the most, but didn't know how. And that was my inner child. It was me. So when I found my way back to that little girl, and I gave her the love and the light and the happiness and the joy and the pureness that embodied me, I found peace. I found happiness. I found hope, and I found faith, and I found love and gratitude and appreciation in so many beautiful things around me. I went on trips and adventures that once upon a time I wasn't fully invested in. I didn't give it my all. And what I mean by that is I wasn't fully present. So I missed a lot of opportunities of seeing what the world had to offer me because I had to unveil all the masks I was wearing. And one by one, as I unveiled each, my eyes grew wider. My love grew stronger. My strength, my perseverance, my determination, unstoppable. Because I chose me. I chose to take accountability for my actions, or lack thereof. I chose to take those steps backwards in order to move forward. I chose to keep going. I promised myself I would never, ever let myself go again. I will never give up on myself. So when do I start this whole process? When am I ready? Well, if you're still listening and it resonates, the time is here. The time is now. You are worthy of everything. You are worthy of being free from all that has binded you for years. So why not now? Why not choose you right here in this moment and just begin? Well, how do I do that? Where do I even start? Well, first thing is, don't overthink it. Don't get lost in the chaos because it will be chaotic. It will be an emotional roller coaster ride. Remember, it's not a race. It's a journey. And what you make of your journey will become your milestones of growth, of happiness, of abundance, of just living life free. Free from everything that held you back. Free from the pain, the anxiety, the burdens. Let yourself free and just begin. And my greatest advice is start with you. Start with self-care. Pour back into you. Well, how do I do this? Well, write a list of everything you desire right here in the moment. Not from others, not from society, not from work, not from your partners, your relationships, your family members. What are things you desire? Or go even deeper. Write a list of what your inner child would be doing right now. And every day, or maybe once a week, tackle one of those things. And for example, I got to a place where I took myself on a staycation downtown in the city of Chicago. I hopped in an Uber, found an amazing hidden gem of a hotel, and I spent the night there. I went to a candlelit orchestra concert, something I had wanted to do for a very long time. Went to the rooftop bar restaurant, had dinner alone amongst crowds of people. This hotel was hopping. It was lit. And I could easily succumb to my fears, my anxieties, my overthinking. Oh my God, I'm alone. What are people thinking? I didn't care. I picked several items on the menu that the waiter had suggested, and I just enjoyed being present, observation, listening to conversations, feeling the energy. I even held some great conversations with people as they came by. The concert was amazing. I got to sit front row. I think that was by accident because I'm pretty sure I was supposed to not be seated where I was, but no one stopped me, so it was meant to be. I listened to the orchestra, something I never would have thought or imagined I would connect so much with. I even cried during their performance of Bach. Again, completely caught me off guard, but it just hit my soul so deeply. I went for a stroll amongst the city, and then I went to bed. I got up, had breakfast, had coffee, held more conversations, got in the Uber, and went back home. And on my way home, I just reflected of how proud I was and how grateful I was for such an experience. Not worrying about how much it would cost me, didn't even care. Not worrying of what people might think of me, still didn't even care. I was too happy because I had such a great time, because I felt so free, and because I was living. I was enjoying, I was present in the moment, and I was doing things so outside of the box of how I would do things in my past or not do things, because there were so many things that I held myself back from. Nobody else held me back. I held myself back. So begin there and work your way up. I remember right in the beginning, it was dancing in the rain. I used to love that as a kid. And so every time it rained, I made sure to step outside and just feel the raindrops fall on me, washing away the pain, washing away the hurt, washing away the anxiety, and just loving it. And every time I did something simple like this, I could feel my inner child come back to life. I could feel me coming back to life. And then I started writing affirmations on my mirror in my bathroom, not saying them just to say them. In fact, I didn't write any affirmations right away because I couldn't align with that. Therefore, I wasn't going to force it upon myself. And I wondered, and I stared in that mirror for a long time, wondering if I could ever get to a place where I could write beautiful affirmations on the mirror and truly believe and connect with them. And then one day, it just happened. Unexpectedly. I didn't question myself as I wrote. I just kept writing and writing and writing and connecting and aligning with each word. I am love. I am beautiful. I am proud. I am sexy. I am honest. I am pure. I am strength. I am a warrior. I'm a goddess. I am humble. I am kind. I am forgiveness. I am gratitude. I am empowerment. I am free. Just to say those words out loud right now and truly divinely connect with them. It's such a different place and a different feeling for me. Because once upon a time, those words never existed in my vocabulary. They couldn't. I was too busy only seeing the darkness of myself and not choosing to embrace it, love the darkness for what it was, and then transforming it all for myself. So, begin there. Maybe you're someone that loves to read books or used to as a child and then stopped. Start there. Maybe there's something on your list you're so afraid to do. Write it down, but don't hyper focus on it. Let everything come naturally. And if you feel like you're forcing it or faking it till you make it, stop. Just stop, pause, and reflect and ask yourself questions. Why am I forcing myself? What will I truly get from this? Is that really who I am or where I want to be? Don't skip steps. You're worth it. Keep going. No journey is the same, and always remember that. Remember that when you're around people, your loved ones, your friendships, your partners, your coworkers. No two journeys are the same. So hold space for them. Don't judge. And don't judge yourself. And if you have to distance yourself or remove yourself from those people, it's okay. You're doing it for you. You're choosing you. And what others may think of you for that, that's theirs. That's their judgment. Let it be theirs. Don't hold on to it. Because in the end, do you want happiness for yourself? If the answer was yes, then choose you. Go within. You've got this. The time is here. The time is now. Thank you for joining me on another episode of Infinite Love.